Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of No Heights Required, the podcast where passion meets pop culture with no limits. So it's just me again. I'm just gonna do another quick episode. With Halloween Horror Nights coming around the corner, I just thought I should just do like a real quick top 10 hype list of what houses I'm really excited for. I'm a huge fan of Halloween Horror Nights. I have worked Halloween Horror Nights as a scare actor and as an attendant in the house. I have a lot of history with Halloween Horror Nights, and I've adored Halloween Horror Nights for many years, and really super excited for this year. I'm just gonna do a little quick top 10 hype list, tell you from bottom to the top, what's my least favorite to my least hype to my really hype house. Let's do it. This is not gonna be a review. It's gonna just be my personal hype. It's counting down from 10 to 1. The houses I'm most excited for based on themes, legacy vibes, and the pure thrill of what's coming. So let's step in. Number 10 will be Grave of Flesh. Starting off at 10, Grave of Flesh has me curious. The idea of being buried alive and descending into a subterranean skin worshipping underworld. Disturbing. I don't know what to expect, and that's what makes it very intriguing. If this thing leans hard into claustrophobia and gore, it might be the sleeper hit of the year. But right now, because it's kind of at the bottom, because it's giving me more like um, depths of fear vibes mixed with what was that one house with it was like all the plants came alive and started not Last of Us, but it was like the one way before then that was in one of the parade buildings next to the bus. Oh my god, it's on the bottom. But yeah, it's gonna be like Mystery of Depths of Fear in that one other house that was mixed with like all the bugs. Or not bugs, the plants. Number 9 will be El Artista, a Spanish haunting. Is That house is like dripping with potential atmosphere. Spanish gothic horror, of course. That's pretty. What else is we come close? Did you like La Llorona vibes? Uh, Ghosts coming in through oil paintings. That's cool. I love haunted manor stories. Like I'm a huge fan of haunted mansion, so that's definitely in it for it. Um, it seems it's got some little cultural spin to it. So this one might make it as the most beautiful, like theming house, but also a very big season. Number 8, I'll put Gulkin, Monsters of the North. It's definitely giving me like, um, God, what was the Viking one? Not the Viking, but it was a Dead Man's Harbor. But I think more with the Viking feel. So like if you like Vikings or oh my God, Vikings and Dead Man's Pier. I think this is where we're going. Especially with North horror, because from what I read, it's like Gulkin sounds like it's bringing some icy rage with like ancient beasts. I'm picturing like antlers, a lot of fog, snow-covered villages, and some folklore gone wrong. If you remember last year at the museum when you're going to the North Viking exhibit, I think that was like a prelude to what we're gonna see in Gulkin. That little Viking ship in that exhibit in museum. I think that's what's that, but at a bigger scale in the house. For number 7, dolls. Let's Play Dead. Killer dolls are still creepy. Like stay don't speak or go quiet. The one with the dolls, um, being shrunk down to doll size and stalked by possessed toys in a twisted playroom. Now that gives you like Toy Story vibes. You remember? Think of it more like Sid from Toy Story 1, like you're in this house. But this time, from like looks of it, it's gonna be a girl torturing you, and you are the toy. You're the doll, and Sid's the monster, and you're torturing. And I think that's what the house is giving up the vibe. So hopefully, that's gonna be cool. Like everything's gonna be like shrunk doll size, but there. For number 6, it's gonna be Hatchets and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters. Now this house is based off one of the rooms or the movies that was in Slaughter Cinema 2 last year. It's really cool. That's surprisingly one of the movies from Slaughter Cinema 2 last year that is actually becoming a house, because I was hands down thinking the Mardi Gras one, the Mardi Gras murders, or um, Cyborgs. that was like one of my favorite ones. Or Mummy Strippers. That could have been a good one. But Hatchet and Chains, I think it's good. The demonic Wild West. I mean, Grit, Fire, Revenge. Hopefully it's gonna be chaotic. Hopefully it's gonna be really cool looking the way it looks from when it did from the Slaughter Cinema section, but now this one will be at more like a bigger scale. I think this is part also gonna be in the tents, just like it was the small section was last year. For number 5, Jason Universe. Now, I think this is the third attempt of doing another Jason house. I remember the first year they did a Jason house, it was held in the Jaws queue or in that area for Jaws. I That was a long time ago, and then they brought Jason back again when they did Freddy versus Jason. That was in one of the sound stages. I mean, I guess it's cool because they brought back Leatherface multiple times. Same thing with Chucky. I mean, obviously, these are huge IPs, and when you get a chance to bring him back, I guess you're gonna bring him back because IPs. But when are we getting that scream? We need Ghostface. But it's okay. I wonder what Jason Universe is gonna be. If it's gonna be like an anthology set of like all his previous movies and best kills, but obviously they have to put in the best kill of all, which is from Jason X, which is in the future, and he puts that girl's face in the liquid nitrogen. That's the best kill if you know what I'm talking about. I leave that. Number 4 would be the WWE The Horrors of the White Six. I'm a huge WWE. I think they did a couple years ago with The Undertaker. I don't remember that house. I don't know if it was good or not. Which is funny because when I was scare acting one year in one of the houses I was in, Undertaker walked through. And I was like, oh my god, who's this tall guy? And like, oh, it's The Undertaker. But it's based off the Bray Wyatt's legacy as one of his characters, but it's also the White Six, his group. I don't know if you watch wrestling. I'll just put a picture of them. It's like with Uncle Howard in the cult mask. So I wonder what they're gonna do with the story and how it's gonna convert into a haunted house. Maybe it's like you're gonna see like a wrestling ring, and then it converts into like their hometown or wherever they're from, and adding some horror into it. That'd be pretty cool. For number 3, Fallout. I don't really see this as a house. It's more like nostalgia, just like Ghostbusters. I think the only thing that will be horror related from Fallout into this will be using the ghouls, the half zombie ones like that. That's obviously gonna be, or like use raiders to like pop out and scare you. But it would be really cool aesthetic to see the Fallout universe in person, especially like a vault. You go to the vault and then you go into like the radiated city. Maybe have I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do it because it's like favorite from most people, but dog meat. It's like one of my favorite characters. I don't know if they call them dog meat in the show. The German Shepherd, but Rick. It's still my top 3 because obviously Fallout. I love the game. Can't wait to see it. Number 2 will be Terrifier. Arthur Clown. That's the only reason why we gotta see it. If you have seen the Terrifier movies, it makes you wonder. They're seriously gonna make all like the most 3 like you remember every Terrifier movie by that one scene, like obviously the split one in the first one, the bedroom scene in the second one, which is hard and rough to watch, but man, it's ridiculous. And then the third one is obviously the shower scene, and I think that's the one they compared it to the bedroom scene. If they're gonna have all the kills from those movies in this house, and they said that it's gonna be gory, and they're gonna give you like a wet path and a dry path because there's gonna be a lot of water to give the gore effects. It's gonna be a crazy house. But for number 1, Five Nights at Freddy's. Everyone's been asking for this house. Five Nights at Freddy's. If you play the game, you understand. But I believe it's based more off the movie. So if it's probably gonna be like, I think for scare actors safety, they're not gonna do much with actors in the suits. If you remember what they did mainly with A Quiet Place last year, I think that was a good prelude and a good cursor to what they're gonna do. It's mostly puppets. So you're gonna have like animatronics mixed with puppets. Same thing with like Chucky's. When Chucky's like kill count or whatever, they use mainly puppets and animatronics. And then you also mix that with like Quiet Place puppets. It's just mainly the angels and then the victims. That's pretty much, I think that's what Five Nights at Freddy's is. Thank because especially if we learn our lesson from Yeti and for the safety of scare actors, that those suits, big heavy suits, heavy, sweaty, it's not made for everyone. I know it's great. I mean, it's for a HHA fan, great, but you know you got to think about the actors, man. I know personally too, it's rough on the body. So hopefully, maybe it'll be still gonna look great. Obviously, puppets and um, animatronics, but that's definitely my top favorite. The one to see is definitely Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a must check out. Um, but yeah, so that's my hype list for HH34. From the flesh pitch of the graveyard of flesh to Freddy Fazbear. Um, I'm gonna be there mostly. I will be able to check the houses, not the first week because obviously I'm working HHN, but I also go on vacation. But I'm definitely gonna check out the house, all of them, because I'm definitely gonna have to get express because lines are gonna be crazy. And hopefully I'll give you an updated list from my hype list, what's the difference between my hype list and my actual review list, and see what's good. Um, but in other words, put in the comments what do you think is your hype list, and what house are you more excited for? Um, but yeah. But thanks for listening, guys. No heights required. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my full reviews once I go through the house once the season starts. And remember, whether it's capes, coasters, or camera lenses, there's no height required to join the fandom. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and have a good night. Bye.